Good day to all. Today I am going to explain CBSE Class 9 Chapter 1 Number System. And first of all, I am going to explain the number system concept. Yes, number system, that means without number we can't live in our real life, because wherever we are going to see, we must use that number in our real lives. So it is one of the part of life, and it is the whole part of the life. And in this chapter, first I am going to explain the concept introduction about the number system, real numbers under decimal expansion values, representation of real numbers, operations on real numbers, and laws of exponential for real numbers. And let me explain the introduction part about the number system. In that introduction part, the number system which has two main types. So what are the two main type means? The first part is real number, and the second part is imaginary number. So in this class 9, you are going to read about the real numbers. The imaginary number, it will come in your higher studies, that means 11th and 12th standard. First we are going to see the types of real numbers here. The real number which consists of two types. The first type is a rational number, and next type is irrational number. And this is the basic type of that number system. And that in that irrational number which contain lot of types, and irrational number I am going to explain the concept now. So first condition, rational number means nothing but, generally we are going to take a letter R to describe that rational number, and rational number in the form of P by Q, and here Q is not equal to 0, and here the P and Q are called as integers. An irrational number means nothing but, it can't be written in the form, P by Q, Q is not equal to 0, that is called as irrational numbers. First condition, rational number means nothing but, which can be described by using the letter R, and it can be written in the form of P by Q, Q is not equal to 0. Here P and Q are integers. An irrational number means nothing but, it can't be written in the form of P by Q, Q is not equal to 0. Let me explain that concept. The types of rational number, and I am going to describe the remaining types of number from the rational number itself, because in that P by Q, Q is not equal to 0, and P and Q are called as integers. And I am going to explain the general form of integer first. From the integers we are going to describe that all the types of number here. And what is the general name of integer means, we are going to represent Z or I. These two letter is going to represent the integers now. Integers means that the origin value is 0, that means the collection of positive numbers and negative numbers are called as integers. Here the positive number is starting from 0, so 0, 1, 2, 3 and then infinite number, and then left side value is -1, -2, -3 etc. minus infinite values. Infinite means nothing but that is called as uncountable values. And here this is the general form of that integers. So from the rational number we are going to describe that first integer. From the integer we are going to describe the remaining type of numbers. So from the integers, if I am going to take the number starting from 0, that is called as, if I am going to take starting from 0, that is called as whole number. In the W, the letter W which describe that whole number is. And next conditions, from the whole number, because now we know the general form of whole number is, that the whole number is starting from 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on up to infinite values. And next conditions, so from the general form of that particular whole number, if I am going to take the number starting from 1, that is called as natural number. The letter N is going to represent the natural number. So what is the general form of, that means what is the general numbers which contain in the natural number means 1, 2, 3, 4 and etc. up to infinite values. And this is the basic type of number system. And from the natural number we have to describe that even number and then odd number, even number and then odd number. So even number means nothing but a number which is going to divided by 2, that means that number which divisible by 2 table, that is called as even number. Odd number means that number which can't be divided by 2, that is called as odd number. For example, 2, 4, 6, 8 and etc. An odd number example is 1, 3, 5, 7 and etc. So from that odd number it is possible to describe that prime number is nothing but the number which contain only 2 factors. So what are the factor means? The same number are 1, that is called as prime number. Prime number means nothing but which contain only 2 factors. So what are the 2 factor means? The same number or 1, that is called as prime number. So and which is the smallest prime number means 2 is the smallest prime number. Next prime number is 3, 5, 7 and then 11, 13 and 17, 19 and so on. So for example, I am going to take one number. Here the number is 17. 17 is called as a prime number because what are the prime, that means factor of the 17 means 17 into 1, that means which contain 2 factor 17 or and 1. So this is called as prime number, and this is the general form of that types of number system. Next I am going to draw that one mind map for understanding that number system, and it is very easy to you, and by based on that we are going to see the problems. Now I am going to explain that example 1, CBSE class 9 chapter 1. So the question is, are the following statements true or false? Give reasons for your answers. So these are all the following questions. We have to say that it is the true or false by using that mind map, so that only I thought the mind map in before itself. See the questions carefully. Every whole number is a natural number. So in that we need to give that explanation also, that the whole number means nothing but it's starting from 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Here the natural number means starting from 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So in that we know that every whole number is a natural number means exactly it is the false, because that every natural number is called as a whole number, but every whole number is not a natural number, because the natural number is starting from 1 to infinite, that whole number is starting from 0, 1 to infinite values. Here 0 is not a natural number, so that only we are going to say the answer is false. So refer this table. Here that all the natural number is called as whole number, but all the whole number is not a natural number, that is the concept here. And see the second question, every integer is a rational number. Yeah, every integer is a rational number. See the condition here, that all the integer is called as rational number, so it is true. For example, I am going to take one integer, a negative integer and positive integer also. So I am going to take 5, that is the positive integer values. I am going to take -7, that is the negative integers. So which has common denominator value 1. So it can be written in the form of p by q. Here q is not equal to 0. So it is called as a rational number. So in that every integer is called as rational number, so it is the true. And see the third question, every rational number is an integer. This is the question here, and see the questions carefully. Every rational number is an integer. Exactly from the diagram it is the false values, because you know that one, every integer is called as a rational number, but here they have given every rational number is an integer. It is opposite to that given concept, so it is called as a false values, because every integer it should be a rational number. Thank you. So I am going to explain that example to CBSE class 9 chapter 1 number system. The question is, find 5 rational number between 1 and 2. So before that I need to teach one formula here, and if it is 1 mark question you have to use that formula. If it is 2 mark, 3 mark or 4 mark question, you have to use another method to find the answer for these questions. Surely they will give the marks. And what is the formula to find that rational number, a rational number between given two numbers? For example, if it is any type of number, rational number or except that irrational number, it is possible to find the answer yes. So what is the formula to find a rational number between two number? So I am going to take it as two number is small a and then b. So these are all the two number I have taken here. So what is the formula to find the answer means nothing but whatever they given the number, you have to add that number and divide by 2. So that is the formula to find a rational number between the given two numbers, and it is the important formula. If it is 1 mark question, you have to apply this concept. Suppose if it is a 2 mark, 3 mark, 4 mark question, I am going to teach one method now. That method you are going to use. For example, if it is 1 mark question means find a rational number. A rational number means going to represent only one number between 5 and 8. So here that 5 and 8 I am going to take it as a and b. Then how to find answer means nothing but the formula is a plus b divided by 2, which is equal to that a value is 5 and then b value is 8 divided by 2, which is equal to 13 divided by 2 is the solution. So in example 2, you have to find 5 rational number between 1 and 2. First I am going to explain the step and we have to solve the questions one by one. The first step is whatever they given the numbers, first you have to check that whether it is the like fraction or not. So if it is not a like fraction, first step you are going to convert into like fraction. So I am going to take the questions now. The question numbers are 1 and 2. So here which has denominator part, that what is the denominator part value means 1 and here also 1. So now which has same denominator, so that is called as like fraction. So no need to convert into like fraction. Suppose if it is unlike fraction, first we have to convert into like fractions. And next condition, so we have to write 5 rational number in between these two numbers. So the next step is you have to convert that equivalent fractions. That is the next step. Whatever number you are going to use, that is no problem. For example 2, 3, 5, 10, 100, whatever the number you are going to use, the next rule is you are going to convert it to equivalent fraction. That is the concept. Yes, the first number is 1 by 1 and the second number is 2 by 1. So I am going to take 10 multiple in that both numerator part and the denominator, and as well as I am going to multiple 10 in the second number also. And now I am going to get that equivalent fraction. So what is my equivalent fraction is 1 into 10 divided by 10, and the next one is 20 divided by 10, and this is called as the equivalent fraction of the given original fractions. So now we are going to write the rational number. It is possible to write the rational number between these two numbers. So what are the rational number means? So therefore the 5 rational numbers are, so what are the number means we have to write between. So we should not take 10 and 20, in between you have to write. So the next number is 11, so 11 by 10 will come, and the next number is 12 by 10, the next one is 13 by 10, the next one is 14 by 10, next one is 15 by 10. We have to write 5, that is enough for that. And what is the next step means we must write the simplest form values here. So 11 by 10 we can't write here, but 12 by 10 by the 2 table, if I am going to divide, 6 2s are and then 5. 13 by 10 we can't divide, and here 7 by 5, and here 3 5s are and then 2 5s are. So that answer is 11 by 10 and 6 by 5 and 13 by 10 and 7 by 5 and 3 by 2. And one important concept is that the answer will different for all the persons, because some people are going to take 100 to multiple to change that equivalent fraction. Some people they are going to take 20, some they are going to take 30. So as per that numbers, that answer will vary, and this is the one of the answers. That means one of the 5 rational number between 1 to 2. Why I am saying that means because in between these two number which has infinite rational numbers, and this is the one of the answers. Now I am going to explain that NCERT solution class 9 CBSE exercise 1.1. The first question is 0 a rational number? Can you write in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0? Let me explain the concept. Here they are asking, is 0 is a rational number? So the answer is yes, 0 is a rational number. Why we are going to say that 0 is a rational number means, if I am going to take 0, the denominator value is 1. So see the condition here. As per the rational number definition, the general form of the rational number is p by q, and q is not equal to 0. The same condition is applicable for 0 also. So here how written 0 divided by 1, here the p is value is equal to 0 and q is value is equal to 1, it is not a 0. So it can be write in the form of 0 by 1, and this is the solution here. So yeah, here the answer is yes, 0 is a rational number. That's it. So 0 is a rational number. And what is the rational number format means? 0 by 1, here the denominator value is not equal to 0. So absolutely it is a rational number. So in second question, find 6 rational number between 3 and 4. You have to find how many rational number means 6 rational number in between 3 and 4. These are all the given two number. Now I will explain the concept how to find 6 rational number. So the question is, you have to find 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4. And what is the first step to find the answer means, whatever they given the number I am going to take now, 3 and 4, these are all the given number. First we need to check that it is a like fraction or not. Yes, it is exactly like fraction because the denominator value is 1 and here also the denominator value is 1. Suppose if it is unlike fraction, you have to convert that like fraction, that is the first step. And second step, by using the common factor, I am going to multiple in that both numerator and the denominator of first number and as well as second number. I will get that equivalent fraction of these two numbers. So I am going to take 10 to multiple in that both numerator and the denominator part. We must take the same number to multiple these two fractions. And next I will get that equivalent fraction. The fraction is 3 into 10 value is 30 divided by 10, and the next value is 40 divided by 10. Now this is the equivalent fraction of these given two numbers. So from the fraction I am going to write 6 rational number. So that 6 rational numbers are 6 rational numbers are, so we must take that answer in between these two values because they are giving between these two numbers. So I am not going to take 30 and as well as 40. What is the next number to the 30 means 31. So 31 divided by 10. The next number is 32 divided by 10. The next one is 33 divided by 10 and 34 divided by 10 and 35 divided by 10 and 36 divided by 10. Up to it is possible to write 39 divided by 10, but we need only 6 number, so that I have written only 6 number here. And what is the next step means, if it is possible to write the simplest form, we must write the simplest form here. So by using the 2 table I am going to write the simplest form 16 5, and it is not possible to divide here, and here 17 divided by 5 will come. I am going to divide by 5 table now. 7 5s are and here 2 5s are. Here I am going to divide by 2 table, so 18 and 5. So that last answer is 31 divided by 10 and 16 divided by 5 and 33 divided by 10 and 17 divided by 5 and 7 by 2 and 18 divided by 5. So this is our required 6 rational number, and that answer will vary because I thought the concepts already. Instead of 10, if I am going to take 100 or 20 or 50 or 2 or 5, the answer will vary, and this is the one of the answers for the second question. Next, the third question is, find 5 rational numbers between 3 by 5 and then 4 by 5, and this is the question. First you have to read the questions twice, and in that you are going to write the given values, that is the most important, and you have to write the solution, that is enough for that. So here how many rational number you are going to find means 5 rational number, this is the question, and what are the number they given means 3 by 5 and 4 by 5 they given. Now I will explain how to find the solution. So in third question, so what are the number they given means 3 by 5 and then 4 by 5 they given. First rule is check whether it is an unlike fraction or like fraction. It is a like fraction because both are same denominator. If it is unlike fraction, convert into like fractions. And what is the next one means, you have to write that equivalent fraction by using that any common factor. Generally I am going to take 10 to multiple both numerator and as well as the same common factor should multiple in the both numerator and denominator of the second number also. So now the new fraction is 30 divided by 50 and the next one is 40 divided by 50, and these are all the two equivalent fraction which is equal to the given fraction. And in between check whether it is possible to write 5 rational number. Yeah, it is enough to write 5 rational number, yes. So I am going to write it now. So therefore that 5 rational numbers are the 5 rational numbers are, so that we should take in between. So I am going to left 30 and 40 here. The next number is 31. So 31 divided by 50, and next number is 32 divided by 50, and 33 divided by 50, and 34 divided by 50, and 35 divided by 50, up to how many number it is possible to write means up to 39 divided by 50 it is possible, but we need only 5 rational number. So I have taken only 5 rational number here. So next rule is, it is possible to write the simplest form, we must write the simplest form values here. So I am going to divide by using 31 divided by 50, we can't divide here. So next, by using 2 table I am going to divide now 16 and then 25, and here it is not possible to divide, and here the 2 is the common factor, so 17 and then 25, here 5 is the common factor, so 7 divided by 10. So that numbers are 31 divided by 50 and 16 divided by 25 and 33 divided by 50 and 17 divided by 25 and 7 divided by 10. These are the required answer for this given question. Again, these answers will vary by based on the persons, because if I am going to take the different common factor, instead of 10 I will get the different answers, but all the answers will be equal to the given numbers, because in between these two numbers which has infinite factors, I have written only few factors here, but it is possible to write infinite factors. So in the fourth question in exercise 1.1 is, every natural number is a whole number. Second question is, every integer is a whole number, and third question is, every rational number is a whole number. We have to check that is it a true or false and give the reasons also. So already I taught the mind map here. So according to the mind map I have written these concept: natural number, and next one is whole number, and integers and rational numbers. So by using the mind map I am going to explain the concept whether that statement is true or false. The first statement is, every natural number is a whole number. So check the mind map here, that all the natural number are called as a whole number. So according to the question, all the natural number, that means every natural number is a whole number. So it is a right answer, because the whole number is starting from 0, 1, 2, 3 and etc. The natural number is starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and etc. So while you are going to compare that values, that every natural number, that means that all the whole number which contains a natural number, so that answer is yes. And next one, second condition is, every integer is a whole number. So listen carefully, they are asking whether it is true or false. So according to that mind map, all the whole number, every whole number is called as integer, but all the integers is not a whole number. It is contradiction about that question here, so it is the wrong answer. So we are going to write no or else false, that is the answer yes, because that every whole number is a integer, but every integer is not a whole number. The third question is, every rational number is a whole number. So according to the mind map, every whole number is a rational number, but here they have given that contradiction part, so it is not possible, because a whole number is called as a rational number, but every rational number is not a whole number. So it is true or false, mean that is the false one answer, false here. And by using the number I am going to explain. For example, if I am going to take a whole number, that whole number value is 5 divided by 5. So 5 is that whole number, but it is possible to write the fraction value, so it is called as a rational number. But if I am going to take the rational number minus 5 by 3, it is not a whole number, so that only I thought the concept it is a false, because it is a rational number, it is not a whole number. The next topic is irrational number. Irrational number means nothing but it can't be in the form of p by q and q is not equal to 0. That means can't be in the form of p by q and q is not equal to 0. This is called as irrational number. Now I am going to explain how to represent a irrational number on a number line. If it is a real number, that means rational number, you know how to represent on a number line. Already you thought the concept in your lower classes. Now I am going to take that irrational number. For example, a root 2, root 3 and root 5 and root 7 and etc. And pi also is one of the good example for irrational number. So I am going to explain how to represent root 2, root 3, root 5 on a number line. So which has 2 steps to represent on a number line here. We must follow these 2 rules, then only you are going to represent on a number line. What is the first rule means? Write the given number as the sum of the square of 2 natural number. Whatever the given the number, you have to write as the sum of square of 2 natural numbers. And what is the second rule means? Take the distance equal to these 2 natural numbers on the number line. One is perpendicular to other. These are all the 2 rules we are going to follow to construct root 2 on a number line or root 3 on a number line. Yes. So by using the rough diagram I am going to explain, and you have to draw the diagram by using the compass here. In example 3, locate root 2 on a number line. This is the question here, and we have to follow these steps to represent a root 2 on a number line here. The first rule is given number. What is given number means root 2 given. So in that root 2 I am going to take the 2 alone, and I am going to write it as sum of square of 2 natural number here. That means I am going to divide 2 parts in the 2. How to split means sum of the square of 2 natural number here. So the 2 it can be written as 1 plus 1. So that 1 square and 1 square value. That means see the condition here. Sum of the square of 2 natural number, sum of the square of 2 natural number. So 1 square plus 1 square values is equal to 2, because 1 square value is 1, again the 1 square value is 1. So 1 plus 1 which is equal to 2. But we need to take the root 2 values. So the square root of 2, that means by using the Pythagoras theorem we are going to find the root 2 values here. We are going to take both sides the square root values, that's 1 square plus 1 square. And this is our required natural number. We no need to consider the square part, and this is our required natural number. So next step is take the distance equal to these 2 natural numbers on the number line. So this is our required natural number. How to take the distance, and how to draw the natural number by using this distance, and one is perpendicular to other. How means is nothing but I am going to consider that one right angle triangle, because the diagram will come in the form of right angle triangle. So whatever the natural number I am going to take here, that 1 is the base values and 1 centimeter is the first 1 centimeter is the base values, and second 1 centimeter is the perpendicular values. If I am going to connect these 2 edge, that is called as hypotenuse of the right angle, and this length will be represent their root 2 values. The same in the similar manner you are going to represent a root 3, root 5, root 7 on your number line here. Now I am going to explain how to draw a number line here, but by using a rough diagram I am going to represent, but you have to use the ruler and compass to represent the rational number on your number line here. First, by using the ruler I am going to represent the unit values. A positive value is enough here, so 0, and second unit value is 1, and the next one value is 2, the next unit value is 3, and next unit value is 4, and then 5. So that origin value I am going to take it as O. So O is the origin values. What is the first natural number you are going to take means 1 unit. So by using that different color I am going to represent here. Listen carefully. So I am going to take 1 centimeter now. So 1 unit I am going to take. So by using that set square I am going to draw that one perpendicular line here, and this is the perpendicular line 1 centimeter, and here also that 1 centimeter. Next I am going to keep that point. This is our for second point, so I am going to take it as A, and this is our record third point. I am going to take it as B. So next I am going to connect that OB. So length of that OB will represent the value is root 2, but we have to represent these root 2 values on your number line. So by using the compass you have to measure the distance OB. So after that I am going to draw that one arc. That arc will intersect one particular point on your number line, and this is the distance between that root 2 values, and in the same manner you are going to represent on your number line here. Once again I am going to recall this concept here. First you have to draw that number line. I am going to take the unit value as 0 and 1 and 2 and 3 like that. So the first natural number is 1, so I am going to take 1 centimeter length. I am going to take it as A. The second I am going to draw that 1 centimeter perpendicular line, so I am going to keep it as B, and the distance between OB will represent the value is root 2. So by using the compass you have to measure the distance OB, and you have to draw that one arc. That arc will intersect at the particular point. The distance O to C is called as root 2 values, so OC which is equal to root 2. So like that you have to represent, that is enough for that. And next I am going to explain how to locate root 3 on your number line. So the next example 3, locate root 3 on your number line. So in first step I am going to take that given number. So what is the given number means root 3. In that I am going to take the 3 value alone, and 3 I am going to divide 2 natural number. That means the sum of square of 2 natural number here. If I am going to take 2 square plus 1 square, 2 square value is 4 and 1 square value is 1. So 4 plus 1 value is 5. So we can't take get that exact 3 values here. So in that I am going to take that root 2 value. So I am going to take one of that irrational number concept here, because 3 alone which has different condition here, and listen the concept clearly. The 3 can be written as root 2 that whole square plus 1 square. So by using the Pythagoras theorem I am going to find that answer here. And what is the Pythagoras theorem is nothing but I am going to take that one right angle triangle. In that I am going to give the name A, B, C, and here that value is, that means that AC square, the hypotenuse square, which is equal to sum of that square of that remaining 2 sides, AB square and then BC square. So by using this Pythagoras theorem I am going to find that root 3 value now. So after that, and square root should be cancelled. So what answers will come means 2 will come, and 1 square value is equal to 1. So square root should be cancelled. So 2 plus 1 square value is 1, so which is equal to 3. So how to write the 3 in the form of sum of the square of 2 natural number means nothing but root 2 that whole square plus 1 square. Next I am going to take square root on both sides. I will get that root 3 value. So root 3 which is equal to square root of root 2 that whole square plus 1 square. So what are the record distance here means this root 2 and then 1 is our record answer. So first root 2 is not a natural number, it is a irrational number. So from that before I taught the concept in example 2 how to locate root 2 on a number line, and next we have to take 1 centimeter perpendicular to root 2. I will get the root 3 diagram here. That's it. Listen carefully. I am going to explain how to locate on a number line. So by using the ruler I am going to draw that line first. So in that I am going to take the positive value is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and etc. So what is the first value means root 2. That means in first condition we have to represent root 2 here. So how to represent the root 2 means nothing but the root 2 value is root 1 square plus root 1 square. That means the first value is 1 and the second value is 1. So according to the second step we have to take that each value perpendicular to one another. So first I am going to take 1 centimeter values. So I am going to keep that name A, and I am going to draw the 1 centimeter perpendicular. Listen carefully, you must draw that 1 centimeter perpendicular line. I am going to keep the name value as B, and if I am going to connect O to B, that is the value of root 2 here. And next, you know how to draw the root 2 values, and next condition I have to represent the root 3 values here. After construct the root 2, I am going to take 1 centimeter perpendicular to root 2. How means is nothing but Again, by using this hypotenuse, from the hypotenuse I am going to draw that 1 centimeter perpendicular line here. So I am going to keep the name value as C. I am going to join now. I will get that OC length hypotenuse, new hypotenuse, that is the value of root 3. So after that, by using the compass, I have to measure this distance O to C, and I am going to draw that one arc. That one arc will going to represent the value of root 3 here, and this is the rough diagram. You have to construct by following these steps to construct the real number line in your class note. So I am going to take that intercept point value is D. So the distance OD, which is called as root 3. So OD, which is equal to root 3. So that is the exact portion of the number line here. I am going to explain that NCERT solution exercise 1.2 class 9 CBSE. So first question is, you have to state whether the following statements are true or false. Justify your answers. In that, the first question is, every rational number is a real number. You have to say that it is true or false. So read the questions twice. Every irrational number is a real number. So it is true, because real number which consists of rational number and then irrational number. So first you have to write that answer. So it is true. So instead of true, I have written yes here. That if it is true or yes, the both also correct. So the true, that explanation is, that means, so what is the justification means is nothing but that real number which consists of a rational number and then irrational number, and this is the solution here. So according to the condition, that statement is true. So now we are going to see the second concept. Every point on the number line is of the form m, the square root of m, where m is a natural number. First, for example, I am going to draw that one number line. That number line which consists of positive number, which contain that positive number and as well as that negative number. But here they have given only that natural number. So according to the concepts, there is no negative square root values. So this statement is false, because that number line which contain the positive number and as well as the negative number. So it is possible to find that square root values in that positive number, but it is not possible to find that square root values in the negative number. So the statement is false here. So let me see the second question now. Third question now. The third question is, every real number is an irrational number. So absolutely it is the false, because from the first question, the real number which consists of rational number and then irrational number, that means all the rational number is called as real number, and same like that all the irrational number is called as real number. But this is contradiction for that rule. So every real number is an rational number is the false statement, because that all the rational numbers are called as real number, but all the real number is not a irrational number. And next we are going to see the second question solution. That question is, are the square root of all positive integer irrational? So we have to check the square root of all positive integers irrational. If not, suppose the solution is not, give an example of the square root of a number that is a rational number. First one, I am going to explain the solutions now. Let me explain the concept. Here they have given that all the positive integer and the square root of all positive integers. The positive integer means starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and etc. Up to infinite values. So I am going to find the square root of first positive integer. The answers will be that 1, because the square root of 1 value is 1, and that square root of 2 we can't find that exact square root values, that is called as irrational number, and the next square root value is root 3, and we can't find that exact square root values here, and for this one also is called as irrational. The square root of 4 values is equal to 2, and it is not a irrational number, it is called as a rational number. So similarly we are going to check the answers for the remaining positive integer. So from that example we found that answers it is exactly false. It is exactly false because all the square root of all the positive number, it is a combination of rational number and then irrational number concept. So it is the false answers. But if it is not, we have to give the examples also. So I have written that examples already. Once I am going to replace that example again. So the square root of 1 value is equal to 1. It is a rational number. And next the square root of 4, that means it is called as a square root of positive number. The answer is 2, but the answer is rational number. It is not a irrational number. And the square root of 9, which is equal to 3, so it is a irrational number, and so on. You are going to write that infinite example here. So in exercise 1.2, third question is, show that a root 5 can be represented on the number line. Yes, it is possible to represent on the number line here, and already I taught the 2 steps to represent the irrational number on a number line here. By following the steps, we have to represent root 5 also on a number line, and I am going to explain that rough diagram alone. As per the same steps, you have to construct that original diagram in your class note. So that root 5, whatever the first step is, whatever they given the number, you are going to take the number. So root 5 given, in that the natural number is 5. So first condition, I am going to divide 2 natural number, that means sum of the square of 2 natural number. So I am going to divide the 2 square plus 1 square, because the 2 square value is 4 and then 1 square value is 1. So 4 plus 1, again you will get the answer is 5. So in this I am going to take square root on both sides. So by using the Pythagoras theorem, we have to write these concept here. So that unit distance unit value is 2 and then 1. We don't want to consider this square values. We should take this natural number alone, 2 and 1 alone. So now I am going to explain how to represent on a number line. And the second step is, you are going to take these 2 natural number that should be considered as distance. We have to construct that one number is perpendicular to other line. This is the second step here. So first you have to take the ruler and you have to draw that one line. And next condition, I am going to take the first point value is and second distance value is 1, and each distance should be 1 centimeter. So the first one value is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And next one, I am going to take the first point name value is O, because that is the origin. The first natural number value is 2. So I am going to take 2 unit first. So first I am going to take 2 unit, and in the 2 unit, so first natural number I am going to take the horizontal distance 2 centimeter. So I am going to take 2 centimeter, and I am going to keep the name value is A. And second natural number value is 1. That should be, I am going to take it as perpendicular values. So 1 centimeter you have to draw that perpendicular line. And next I am going to keep the another point value is B. If I am going to join that length OB, that is called as hypotenuse, which is going to represent the length value is root 5. But we have to represent on a number line. So by using the compass, we are going to measure the distance OB, and you have to draw that arc. So that arc will intersect at a particular point on a number line. I am going to take it as C. So the distance OC is called as root 5 value. So at last I am going to write OC is equal to root 5. So in this way only you are going to represent on a number line in root 5. So thank you.